Okay.
Good morning, Nancy Jean.
Good morning from wonderful, frigid downtown Dallas.
It's frigid here too.
I know. In
Did you?
Dallas, I just looked
Are
it up.
you? Someone texted me. I can't remember if it was you or my friend Deb, but she goes, "It was minus 45 in North Dakota."
That's why I met a young man in my lovely dateable years who was a resident with my father. He was going to make a fortune going back to the Dakotas to run his medical practice. And my dad was really hoping, invited him over to dinner and hoped I'd really like this guy. And I said, Daddy, you forgot the biggest part of all this. The guy lives in North Dakota. I already ran to Texas to get out of Illinois. Why would I do that? We were discussing the Iowa caucuses.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out what we want to check into.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the stuff is just procedural stuff going on, or we've read it on before.
Right. Well,
SCOTUS isn't taking, what is it? Oh, they're taking, no. No, they haven't done nothing yet.
mm-mm.
We're waiting on the circuit court to decide on that immunity thing.
Mm-hmm.
Balmy 19 in Tennessee. Yeah, we're gonna have some real bad 3 days. I'm praying the boss says we ain't working Monday through Wednesday because it's supposed to be like minus 10 plus.
Yeah.
It'd be bad Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Not looking forward.
Yeah, today's kind of our warm day this week. I mean, it's supposed to go down from there. Yes, Cindy,
Yeah.
I agree with you. My husband had a series of small strokes before he had the big one. And we didn't realize what was happening, but a lot of the words Trump has trouble saying and stuff remind my youngest and I of when the couple months before Bill finally had the big stroke, where he couldn't. Had we known, we'd have gone off and said something's really wrong here. We just thought he was tired, but it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's honestly, it's amazing that man's still walking around. It's really a slow progressing one because he's been misfiring since he was president.
Well, he was misfiring long before that, but that was just stupidity. But there is a difference.
Okay. Thanks, Karen. I did have a banner on the Eugene.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, guys, we're kind of desperate here. We're sort of so obsessed with the cold, we can't. When it thaws, what will the world be like?
Oh, must have had some icy snow, icy rain in Seattle with tree limbs falling down.
Oh dear.
No, I spent 3 hours digging out of the snow just in my driveway yesterday. It was that thick. Of course, the worst is always when the snowplow pushes stuff in your driveway.
Yeah. Well, Dr. Gale got a tip from the wife of the guy who runs the snow removal for kind of her little area of Shasta. And she told her, if you want to make sure you can always get out your drive, go out every couple hours and drive your car back and forth over the snow. Get it down to a low level and then just keep squishing it. So every time I talk to her, I'm on my way out to move the car and squish the snow.
Yeah, we've gotten stuck trying to get out early in the morning when you don't have time to plow it out, and you just try to ram through it. If it's high enough, it'll catch the bottom of the car, and then you're stuck.
There's an interesting question. Can you highlight it? What is Eric Prince up to?
Here we go. Oh,
yes,
no.
Please like, share, and subscribe.
Heavy snow. Avalanche at ski resort. One person passed. Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Christine, filling bird feeders. Snow up to her knees. Oh, good Lord. Good times in January.
Mm-hmm.
Roger Stone. Okay, what joyous ones do we want to start with? Tuesdays. Tuesday.
What are we gonna do?
Miss E. Jean Carroll case.
Okay,
Oh, wait a minute. This is Enderon. Okay, sorry.
that's
This is
the
that one.
state of New York.
Yeah, the end of the month, he's going to be deciding. So originally, Tish asked 250. Now she's asking 370.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all up to Engeron.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I'm gonna ask if it's gonna be more than 300 million.
go for it.
Okay.
Oh, Cindy, I never believe polls and approval ratings and stuff.
No.
People always complain about the littlest things and put on that, yeah, I'm not happy. I'm not, my bacon isn't $3 a, $1.99 a pound. Bad approval.
No, Trump's not going to be happy. I got that. And Goran's still deciding. Had made his mind up completely. But he's trying to figure out how to make everybody whole and happy. So when he goes into his little hermit mind and thinks it all through, this is yes, yes, yes. He's not going to make it 370. It's going to be slightly less than that. But it's going to be over 300 million. And that's going to be the end of a lot of Trump stuff when they really.
Okay. So yeah, the antics. So I'm getting here. The antics didn't help at all in the court case.
No.
7 of Cups, 5 of Wands, and Justice. That makes me feel like he was totally sick of this BS that went on in the courtroom. All the showboating and whatnot.
Right.
That's the way it works. So Knight of Cups, my angelic card, and 10 of Wands. That makes me feel he wants to do the right thing.
Mm-hmm. And he also wants to get rid of it.
He's exhausted. Yeah. He's exhausted from the whole process here.
Mm-hmm.
The death threats, the antics, everything. So Knight of Cups, my angelic card. Still a mystery, but 10 of Wands is usually stress and burdens. I'm just feeling exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
And Page of Cups. Here's an offer. Empress, it's going to be high, a high one. And then my 8 of Coins, the payout.
Mm-hmm.
And that's 8 of Coins is always about working on things, issues. So it's going to destroy the Trump work. So an amount. I think it's over 500 million, close to 6 maybe.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I think it's going to be high.
So he can take everything all at once?
I think he's done. I think Trump org's dissolved. Done.
Mm-hmm.
Done in New York. Everything. I think Cheshire's going to get everything he wanted.
Did any of you notice this week when they were talking about the caucuses and the primaries coming up that in Nevada, the Republicans are having a caucus, the Democrats are having a primary. And if you look back in history, both the Democrats and Republicans have always had a primary. Do you know why the Republicans aren't having a primary?
The Democrats?
No, why the Republicans are not having a primary. Why the why the Republicans are caucusing instead of primarying.
That's what Iowa does. What do you mean?
No, I'm talking about Nevada.
Oh, Nevada. Oh, Trump didn't file a form?
Yeah, Trump's idiot campaign people didn't get the paperwork in. I was one of those people that had to get the paperwork in when I read that story. And you know what? In the midst of him suing everybody and going after the world because they're not having the primaries or the things the way he wants them, you never heard a peep out of Trump. And you also heard very little about it in the mainstream media.
New York's already got Barbara Jones overseeing his assets.
Right, his assets are toast, yeah.
That'll be continued. I'm starring quick.
Okay.
Piracy.
It's hard to put cards down when you're clicking over there and catching everybody.
Yeah, I'm focusing. Vivek Ramaswamy. What a moron. I can't believe these people. Non-mega Republican. Okay, I got a few starred. I may miss a few, but all right.
Okay.
Eugene 1 starts Tuesday.
Is it Eugene 1 or Eugene 2?
It's Eugene 1.
Okay.
Because the case originally started when he was president.
Okay.
So they started him as 1.
Okay. What are we asking?
Is it over $10 million?
Okay.
Because the first one was 5.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 suits. So Temp could say 10 million more, but they're bringing in the same person that shattered Rudy's dreams.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, well, it's ridiculous, all his statements. He doesn't have to be there. And he's crying that they should just delay this case because Melania's mom died. And he doesn't have to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. No, it's Eugene 1 because that case started as president and got put on hold because he was president.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So
technicalities, but the second case.
okay, the case is going to be ruled on this week. You're asking if it'll be 500 million?
Oh, I got a tower. It's going to be bad. A huge loss. Eugene's going to win big time.
Yeah.
Ace of coins, moon, and 10 of coins. Of course, we don't know yet, but it's going to be bad. I got complete loss with the 5 of cups and sadness, a tower, a chariot. He's going to feel like he's going to want to leave, but he's going to feel like he's going to try to delay any payments as long as he can. But Knight of Cups, my Justice card, and Strength. I think it's going to blow him up. It could be close to 100 million.
Yeah, I got it.
I think it's going to be huge.
I said, would the ruling go in favor of Eugene Carroll? I mean, the monies go. And I got the star, which is like more than she ever thought because it's a justice.
Yeah.
And it's the tower time for him. This one's really going to chap his butt.
Oh, you got the tower too?
Yeah, and I got the 10 of swords right next to the tower.
Oh, those are the worst 2 together.
I know, and then it's the 2 of swords. He's going to try to stall off having to do any payment on it, but they know where everything he owns is, for the most part, except for his offshore account. So, yeah, he's done.
Oh, that's right. I sent you it, but he also lost in the frivolous lawsuit.
Yeah.
To the New York Times. Judge ordered he had to pay the legal fees, like almost $400,000.
Mm-hmm.
He has to pay off for Legal fees. So much winning.
Mm-hmm.
According to Astrology Alert, Trump can no longer lie.
Yeah, he's had an aspect change.
Get rid of this banner. Okay. I see, oops. I see, we'll see how that goes, but supposedly the Senate and Johnson agreed to a no government shutdown, but nothing on the border, of course.
March. Oh yeah, and you told me tragically because of actions that Abbott's taken, a mother and two children were drowned in the Rio Grande yesterday. That's a good Catholic person who forces women to have babies till they die.
You want to see about repercussions about his administration and what the guard has done
Um,
with that murder there? It's basically
no,
murder.
it's murder, but he was doing it in his role as governor, and we have laws that protect public officials. Most states do.
So horrible.
I know. I told you what I think the just punishment should be for him. They should take him to the edge of the river, wheel him in, and let him figure out how he's going to get out of it. So,
Let's see if you just check in the future of Melania and
okay.
Melania and son. March 21st is his birthday.
Solstice, baby.
More than Melania. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
not gonna read in that young man yet.
Well, her mother just died.
What was she, a year older than 45 or something like that? I heard.
Yeah.
Future of Melania. Future. That's funny.
What?
Book B. I loved if E.G. and Carol would get Trump Tower and she installs Mary Trump.
Why would you want it? I understand it's really gaudy inside.
Yeah. Why would Saudis, Russians, and Chinese want apartments in there? Judgment Sun. She cannot wait to find a better happy home.
Right.
So
Here she is. This is her, the reverse Queen of Pentacles. And there's the Chariot. She's moving on. And she's looking beyond what she thought was going to be her moments of glory in the garden, the Six of Wands. And she's moving on to a place she's always wanted to live to, and it's going to live in. And it's a place that's Five of Swords. So there's all kinds of complications by moving there. So I imagine she's moving to an outlaw country so she can't get brought back in, like Saudi Arabia, something like that.
I remember a long time ago, I was sensing she was, after this was all over, it felt like an overseas country somewhere. She's going to get out of the States, but basically she's just waiting for justice.
Mm-hmm.
Her wish is fulfilled, justice, Ace of Wands. She's waiting for justice to happen on him.
Mm-hmm.
I am seeing a little bit of a burden here with the devil coming up about possible testimony or something. Is something to deal with finances and whatnot. So
Mm-hmm.
there's a little bit of a worry about moving on because of being married to him.
Well, she's got to get some assets out of the country to take care of her and her son.
She does. I am seeing assets put away from a long time ago, some investment, maybe offshore or whatever. But Ace of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, and Six of Cups. It's telling me she's got money stashed away somewhere.
Mhm.
In the end, Temperance, waiting game. 10 of Cups is the new home, the sun. Everything will be
Mhm.
bright and better after judgment upon her husband.
Well, and it makes some sense to wait till Baron's 18th birthday because she can't. There's all kinds of rules about taking kids out of the country if they're without the signature of the other parent, if they're a minor. But once he's 18, she can take him where she wants.
It's just a waiting game until all this is over. She's happy. She's going to be happy as heck once this is over.
Mhm.
It's pretty obvious when she's never around.
Yeah. Actually, I thought the whole thing over the holiday season about her mother was a lie till her mother died. So apparently she was with Mom. But her dad's still alive in here.
Okay. Kind of a funny one, but Sweet Darling's wondering about his Secret Service detail.
Okay.
What's a Secret Service detail feel about 45? Wow. Governor Hogan left no labels.
Oh.
Okay. Secret Service, around 45. I don't think there's any sycophants in there. It's their job. I don't think they like it.
Mm-hmm.
Hazard pay.
They don't like it, but it's part of their job. They're anxiously stressed out. This is a Nine of Swords. The whole time they're dealing with him. And they just kind of ignore it and move on, like, other unpleasant duties you do in your life. But they have absolutely no affection or delight in being around him. And they consider him emotionally immature and not worth dealing with, the King of Cups upside down. And they actively work to get out of being there. they take it to her duty, and then
it's so I got the Eight of Swords, King of Cups, Queen of Swords at first. So that's like they're stuck in their job with the Eight of Swords. Basically, King of Cups and Queen of Swords is an order because that's what you're assigned to. They would really like a different assignment. The Hermit, evaluating the situation, and 9, 10 of coins. That feels like it would be better to be somewhere else. So it's like, oh my God, what have I gotten myself to do? It's like, ugh. So in the end, it's probably true. They probably do catch those smells with a frowny face. King of Coins, that's 45 there, and then the pay's not worth it. And oh crap, shit in his pants. Yeah, it's their job, and it's like they wish they could be somewhere else.
Right.
Wonder if they got the low totem pole Secret Service to get that gig.
I'm sure they rotate them through, so. And they should, because that one guy got way too close to him.
Yeah, there were too many sycophants in there. It's amazing. Yeah, I seen that, Ellen. MAGA governors refused.
Yep, I live in one of those states.
federal funds for
Mm-hmm.
children.
And it's money that's passed. It's money that's there.
Mm,
Oh,
okay.
did anybody ask about that brilliant maneuver when all the Democrats were ready and Hunter went into that hearing? We'll do Roger Stone, then we'll look at that.
Oh, was that a question started?
I don't know where there is. I don't see one in here, but it was brilliant.
Okay. Mr. Stone.
Mm.
Correct. Clear the cards, clear the energy, clear the mechanism. Okay, Roger Stone gonna get prosecuted for trying to swallow. Supposedly that was a long time ago. Like
But
2015.
they just got the documented proof. Yeah, somebody's really out for Roger between that and the Danish filmmaker.
Oh, he deserves it. He
I
said
know.
it. He said it. Okay. Prosecuted for those comments. Yeah, I think there's other stuff coming for him. I don't think it's this.
Oh, I get it's going to be rolled up with some other stuff.
Rolled in.
Mm-hmm. I get that there's someone with extremely intuitive feelings who's going to be supporter pushing for this, and there's still some underground people saying no. We've got so much else to pick from. And actually, the problem with this is, damn, this place sucks. There's so much stuff to go after. But what's going against them is the moment of glory. They're just not sure. Then get them all excited about it. They should be, because there are laws about killing representatives. And then someone's going to have some deep thinking and put it all together. I think the biggest key in this is, damn, this place sucks. There's so much stuff to look at that he did wrong that it's really, how do you pick? And remember, if you put too many items when you go after somebody, people get confused and they can start picking it apart from one weak point. So you have to kind of look at the whole thing. That happened to a politician here who had done so much stuff, and they put it all in one big suit. And I knew I'd been around where the guy had been doing weird shit, and not that I could have ever proved it, but it looked very suspicious. By the time they put it all together, it was almost really hard for a juror to just walk in there and believe all that could have been going on, and nobody said anything. All his co-defendants, though, got convicted and sent away or bankrupted. He's the only one who walked away free.
Yeah.
And so you got to be careful how you go after things.
I think there's other stuff. I don't think this is central to anything. I had the Knight of Cups, the Moon, and Ace of Swords in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So there's kind of like some influence there with the Knight of Cups. The Moon is all about secrets and what they were planning possibly, but the truth is coming out with the Ace of Swords, the ideas. So then I have the Eight of Cups, walking away, Justice, and the Hermit. It kind of feels like this was just a foolish idea. I don't think it was anything they act on. So I don't think from that long ago they're going to prosecute this. But I think there's other things coming. In due time, with the Knight of Coins, Queen of Cups, and Three of Coins, my indictment card, I think things are coming later for the right reasons later. It's just one of the many. It just feels like one of the many things he's been a criminal type person over. You know, he got all that stuff from those people that followed him around and taped him.
Yeah, I mean, he did get convicted, guys. He got let go by Trump for doing bad things. So,
There's other stuff coming for him.
yeah.
I don't think this is a central piece to any of his criminal charges. But it's bad enough. Same thing when Jared is.
I'm just going to look at Jared's going to go down. For some reason, they're not touching him for a lot of stuff. I don't know if they're going to wait and come down on him all at once, or because they need Ivanka, the daughter. I forget so quickly. We could seize that $2 billion he got and put it into lunch programs.
There we go. Also, I guess it was over 3 because he got funding from other places too.
I know. Oh, that doesn't count the Chinese money that bought 666. Why would you buy a building with that address?
Especially when it was a dog pit to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
For an exorbitant amount. Jared.
I'm going to give it a 3-year period. I'm going to see if they're going to show up in the next 3 years.
I know. So many crimes, so little time.
This is not good. It shows that somehow or another he's got a lot of stuff on people. And the only thing he's connected to them, and there's way too many people involved with this. Then they got a reverse wheel of fortune and accurate development of information, and that's another page. And then the Ace of Cups, they just don't have the emotional bandwidth to go after it. And I think it's because of other people who are also involved in the things he did.
So yeah, what he did in the White House,
Mm-hmm.
secretly, in creative ideas or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
he is gonna. I don't think it's anything before.
Mm-hmm.
There's things he did in the White House are very criminal.
Mm-hmm.
He did against the USA. 5 of Swords. Knight of Coins. It can be an indictment. It's a patience, money accumulated.
Mm-hmm.
Things are going to ramp up this summer with what money he shysted or taken.
Mm-hmm.
Queen of Coins could mean there's some involvement with Ivanka. But yeah, it's coming. But it's dealings he did that were illegal against our government. Because my 3-4 of Wands is all about public service and what you did there.
Mm-hmm.
In the House, in the White House.
Mm-hmm.
And he did illegal things there that they're gonna be bringing. But we gotta wait till everything's done with 45. And once he's toasted, then they can bring up anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I think the universe is going to somehow make J6 happen March 4th. I still feel it happening.
Mm-hmm.
If that gets pushed down the road, we might have longer time of 45 to deal with. Morning, Heather.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Eileen Cannon's being a pain. She ruled against Discovery from Jack.
Yeah, I mean, she ruled against the normal Discovery guidelines without giving them good reasons.
Because Smith's team just wants Discovery from 45's team. And she said no. What?
They already gave them all the stuff they give them. What they're fighting over is who can see the classified materials and where.
It's like she's just doing enough to not cause a huge ruckus
Well, like when she created the special master.
and make it look illegal.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Future of Eileen Cannon on this case.
Okay. I'm just going to look if she's going to be removed. Because if you say the future is murky, well, that's what the past has been.
It's been murky. Hi, Diana. Oil painter.
If she lives up in the frozen north somewhere near you where you live.
Okay. Eileen Cannon. Eileen Cannon. Future. Huh.
They're still thinking about it.
Yeah, I just asked about the future. My cards right now are not showing any removal.
Mine show there's a yes and a no.
Yeah.
And it's holding tight avenue. They're just holding on to it. They're ignoring some of the conflicts that are going on around it. The biggest problem is indecision way. They're not sure if it's with the juries they have coming up, if that's going to push one way or the other. And then what I see that's bad in the future is better things ahead is reversed. And then the heavy burdens card and getting rid of it, that's the 10 of Wands, ditching her. So I think it's just there's not enough there yet for them to do it.
Right. That's the sense I got, is that they're just collecting and writing down like summaries or whatever to present to like a circuit review. It's like, this is wrong from the standards. We're going to notate this. It feels like they may
be giving her enough rope to hang herself.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. So if it doesn't go off when it's supposed to in May, which it looks like it's not, it's like then they're going to bring.
Right.
It feels like then they're going to bring it. Collecting information here with the 7, my coins are plucking information. It feels like by summer they might. But everything she's done in secret and whatever is going to come to light. So it's, no matter what happens, it's going to be a stain on her legacy and her career. So like right now, they're just plucking information and write it down to bring a challenge if it doesn't happen in a standard time. But right now, it feels like she hasn't done enough to, show cause.
Right.
So it's tough to predict because there's no set. Because she hasn't done something blatant enough, there's no way to predict because it could go either way. But I think they're just plucking info to bring it to the 11th circuit or whatever circuit it is. Probably the wrong one. A challenge. So, nope. We got vacuuming.
Okay. I saw a couple people talking about the polls. And one of the problems with polls is you have to look at the questions they asked. You have to look at how they selected the people they talked to. But there's most polls are what we used to call in the old days push polls. In other words, they ask you questions designed to get certain responses from you. And that's why they're so inaccurate.
Oh, that's true. It's the question they ask to pluck out the poll and
Yeah.
whatnot.
Are you upset that eggs are 3 times what they were a year ago? Well, yeah. Except they're not. And we're going through another loss of eggs due to the avian flu. But if you've seen how those birds are raised, trust me, one of those birds gets a cold, they all get a cold. So.
Right, Haley DeSantis, where she chooses Ron. That's kind of a weird
Did
question.
Vivek say that? If Vivek said it, I'm not even going to read on it because it's coming out of a mushed mind. You can read on it.
Yeah, I thought that was a different question, but that's kind of weird. They are not wanting each other to be any VP pick or anything. There was something about okay. Let's just go there first. So basically, you have 4 on the ballot, 45 DeSantis, Haley, Zivak. Supposed polls have 45 at 48, Haley at 20, State 15, and Vivek at 8, something like that. Are the polls correct? You wouldn't think as many people would come out at minus 20 degrees.
No. And like I was telling Scott, I was at the Iowa caucuses in 2008 when Obama won. And we knew because all the caucuses were calling in their votes. If you've never seen a caucus, the Democratic caucuses are much more elaborate than the Republicans. And we had a ton of candidates. So we had 5 ballots before Obama won our caucus. But we already knew before we left that caucus that Obama had enough through it all getting called into the center office, because every candidate has someone in that caucus that is vying for them. They stand, they make a speech for them, that, do different things. It's a very complicated process, but what's really odd is when they don't make a threshold to be able to stay in the running and they keep paring them back, and you see people say, okay, this is Obama's end of the room, this is Hillary's end of the room, and then there was Edwards and Richardson and all these other guys in between. When they'd get knocked out, watch their people walk across the room to go to the side they wanted to go with, and see them walking past people that are their neighbors, people they know, begging them to come over to the other side, to their side. And we'd already heard that Richardson's people had been told if they didn't make threshold that they should go as a group over to Obama, not go to Hillary. And that was it's really heartbreaking to see these people who really, really were supporting Hillary, watching all these people walk over to the Obama side. Now, I wasn't voting. You can't even be in the room. There's a place where you can watch it. And, but seeing, it's really, really raw, in your face politics that goes on there. And that's where the element of the violence that surrounds Trump would, I think, affect, how people feel and what they say. So what are we asking about the Iowa caucuses? Will they fall out like they're predicted?
Yeah.
Okay.
Strangely enough, I had no man come out in my toss. So, according to these cards, Haley's going to do a lot better than people expect.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a shock and awe to 45 here with the 10 of swords next to him, or next to
Mm-hmm.
the reading of USA, people actually thinking a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
So I got Ace of Coins, a victory, and a female, Queen of Coins. There's no man in my spread.
Okay, what I got is, are the numbers going to fall like they say? In other words, Trump on top and Haley and all that stuff.
Right.
I got the sun reversed, which is a no. Tower is the next, which is a yes, but it's a 1 point. And then it's 2. They're not going to go back to where they were before. And this is a no. And this is a no. And with it being the high priestess and control, I don't think Trump's people have the control they think they do. Trump's strength the last time was that he said he'd won. He just announced it. And it was down to him and Cruz. And it ended up Cruz won. And they didn't call it for a couple days because one of the caucus chairs, one of the precinct chairs, she took the ballots home with her and she wouldn't hand them over till they weren't handed to Trump's people. There's a whole subculture of money that flows through these caucuses, and it happens on both sides. It happens among Dems and Republicans. And when people go in, they want to get these certain people because they can pull levers. And Cruz didn't win by much, but he won. Trump did not win last time. So that would not amaze me at all. And those people, they'll stand up and they'll vote at the end, but they won't tell you what's really going on.
It may be because some people don't want to spend 2 hours caucusing in this weather.
That's true.
That a lot of the Trump supporters are just going to stay home.
Well, his supporters are older, the older demographic, and and out in the rural areas, because the urban areas where it's easier to get. Where I worked in Cedar Rapids, and it's like neighborhoods. It's like cities. It's not like all country. But I talked to some folks that were out in the boonies in 2008, and it was their circumstances are very different. They have to go to a school somewhere, and it's far from everybody.
It feels like a surprise in the caucuses tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
How do people do that? Do they just take off work to caucus?
No, it's at 7 in the evening.
Oh, it happens at night?
Yeah, that's even worse. Can you imagine going out at 25 below zero at 7 in the evening with snow blowing and in really blizzard almost like conditions? No, I mean,
I never looked at it. I just heard about it. I thought it was like an all-day voting thing.
No. They go. Everybody meets at 7. You have to be in and signed in at 7, and then they have a little. They discuss it, what the process is, however they do it, and then they say, well, they have the person there that represents each candidate, and they say, in my case, they'd say, okay, I'm with Hillary, come over here. I'm with John Edwards, come over here. I'm with Obama, come over here. And they go and they're in like we were in a school cafeteria. And so all the tables were pulled back and the people were there. And they had lots of chairs for the older people that were there. And I met a lot of people that I talked to that had never been to a caucus before because they got all ginned up about Obama or they really wanted Hillary. Or Richardson had a huge following. So did John Edwards. Anyway, you talk to them, but the ones that were there for Obama, the vast majority of them had never caucused before. They'd never done anything like this before. They were all excited. There was one young woman who came because she thought she was in the right precinct, and they told her she wasn't. And we checked later, and she was. They lied to her. But she came because she'd seen him when Oprah came to town with him and spoke with him at one of his rallies. And she said, I'd never been to a rally like that, and I really believed what he was saying, and I've avoided this. And she said, I shouldn't because I'm a young mother. I've got 2 kids I'm responsible for because her husband and she were divorced. So.
Yeah, it sounds about what you said.
Yeah.
So why does it take 2 hours?
Well, it did in 2008 because there's so many candidates. This group, it shouldn't. But what will happen is somebody has to get 50%.
So every county does this.
Every precinct.
Every precinct has a little group.
Mm-hmm.
So weird. Why don't they just have a primary? Go in, vote, and you're done.
Well, you know how perverse Texas is. We had a primary and a caucus. We used to have primaries on primary day, which you could vote early and just put your vote in. Then we had a caucus that night, and that used to count a third towards what happened. So you, in essence, were voting twice. And prima caucus, or they bring up issues they wanted to brought forward to the legislature. And I knew they had caucuses after primaries in Texas. I never went to one till 08. And I walked into a primary school's auditorium, and it was full to overflowing with people there to take part in the caucus. And people down here, they knew it was there, but nobody really used it. So it was very confusing. I just wanted to get in and get my voice heard and get the hell out. Mike Johnson. Oh, what are we going to do? Is this the end of Johnson? Is Johnson going to fall to their one person doesn't like you one day?
So weird how my page one comes up for speaker.
It looks a little like the speaker, kind of pale and pasty.
There's conflicts and burdens around the speaker.
Mm-hmm.
The J6 guy, people,
Mm-hmm.
Five of Swords, the Chaos Caucus, and heavy burdens.
Mm-hmm.
My past cards just show he was installed. Nine of coins, King of Wands, Ace of coins. Basically, that just says they give him the galley. So the outcome of Johnson. We're going to have some news, some action upon him. King of Swords, an authoritarian figure, and he's going to transition away.
Mm-hmm.
My transition card, Dark Times.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's going to be there.
I don't either. I got justice is going to be served on him.
Oh, nice.
He doesn't have the power. He doesn't have it. And the wackos, the MAGAs are going to take over because it's not what they want. And it's all over money. But what's going to happen is he bowed. I mean, he's the MAGAs, any of them, but he bowed to the big money donors. So please do this. Please do this. Because money is politics. Take away their big donors, make their big donors go off and try to run somewhere else.
And the fool, Langford and Schumer came up with a deal on the border.
Mm-hmm.
And MAGA Mike said, no deal. Ain't happening.
Mm-hmm.
That's the GOP. They need their fear. They need their rallying cry to make people outraged. And it's the border. They don't have anything else. Morning, Lisa. But thank God they don't want to shut the border down, the government down, because that would be horrible for the GOP.
Well, they can't rule. And this, when they throw him out, it's going to show they really can't rule. They really can't.
They already can't. It's horrible.
What about, did you see the one about non-MAGA Republicans? Are they ever going to finally stand up to this?
Okay. Non-MAGA. They all seem to be MAGA because they always backslide at some point.
Well, the non-MAGA ones don't talk.
Yeah, they kind of hide, but they kind of stood up to McCarthy or whatever before, but then they just go and vote party line for everything else. So what the heck? Let me try a different deck here with the crazy energy of the other one.
I know. You might have decided they're not shuffling on this one either, so we're going to go.
Technically, they're all MAGA because they don't break. Might say something for a day or two, and then all of a sudden they break.
Well, one of them raised their hands in that meeting where Hunter Biden showed up. And he said, is anyone over there willing to vote on this today to Moskowitz? And he said, there's one. One's willing to.
I missed that. Yeah, that's great.
That's how the Dems need to fight and it wasn't just in one room. Down the hall in another room, they knew exactly what was going on in that hearing. And Swalwell brought it up and said, this is going on and we can do this right now.
I can't remember who did it, but someone put up a huge poster of Epstein and Trump together.
That was Moskowitz.
Was it Moskowitz? That guy's a riot.
I like Jasmine Crockett, who actually is from a district very near where I live. And she said, the reason they won't come and testify to you in private is because you lie. You just tell lies about them after they do.
Oh, these people.
And Nancy Mason, her white privilege, and her, you won't let me speak because I'm a woman.
You
won't speak because you're stupid.
She said you have no balls. Like, oh, man, just go back to your sex life. MAGA
They
Republican.
replaced Comer by now. Okay.
Oh, bless you, lady life. Kind
What
of you. A little donation.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Nope.
Oh,
They
behind
know
this.
how bad it is, and they're not going to do anything. Is that what you get?
I'm looking all the way through here. In the end, the world commission. Feels like they're just going to burn it all down.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to stand up. It's like all those the Dems say, behind the scenes, they'll talk all they want, or how they're frustrated, how they hate it. But they won't come forward. Not until basically 45's gone.
Right.
You know, it's kind of like, well, he's passed away or he's in prison and out of the scene. Then they'll finally speak up. They're not going to. They want to keep their money, but they're losing money. Four of Pentacles next to the Five of Pentacles and the Moon. It's like everything's in the background. They're frustrated behind the scenes. They're losing support, losing funding. They're just going to spin stuff the way they normally spin it. Magician, Page of Swords, Seven of Cups.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to create the illusion that they're the good guy, but then when it comes down to it, they're just going to vote with them when they need to vote with them, whatever needs to do. But in the end, Hierophant, the World, Six of Swords, Nine of Pentacles.
Mm-hmm.
Not until things are better.
They're not going to get better till we get Dems in there. So
right, Hierophant is governmental, but it's also public, critical situation. The World is a culmination of everything. Luck, changes, new opportunities. Mm-hmm. Six of Swords is making things better. Nine of Pentacles is about that balance and peace of mind. So until there's a change in the structure, they're just follow the rules, follow the way, okay. follow the GOP.
I asked what was going to be like if they just kept doing what they're doing. We got the Ten of Swords. It's the first card in. And then it gets better. They get the Devil, even more devilish than usual, more hardcore. That's a no. And this is the Seven of Pentacles. They're going to hold on till all their delusions and illusions are buried. They're not learning anything. That's the Page of Pentacles. They're not learning anything from it. And then what's the conclusion is the Empress upside down. They'd let the country go burn before they'd be willing to change their perspective.
It's just too.
I've got another way to look at it.
It's too risky for them to come out.
They don't want to get shot.
And what's sad is the people believe it.
Well, they go out and lie, but they don't want to get shot is the biggest problem. Okay, wait a minute. I'm going to see.
When you turn against MAGA, you get death threats.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to see if when all the big money's pulled, are they going to change when the money gets pulled? Because it's being pulled now. I mean, that's why Mike Johnson, he's the one who's supposed to go out and raise money for them. That's why he went along with Schumer. Okay.
He ain't getting his money.
Mm-mm.
Fundraising's plummeted.
Yeah, what I got does the money get pulled? They get to be the bitchy Queen of Swords, and I can know who that is because I'm the Queen of Swords and I'm the bitchy Queen of Swords. They're going to think, oh, we can still pull this out. But then what's going to happen when the money really gets pulled is death, a complete transformation for them. And they're going to realize we have no hope without money. That's the Three of Swords. Without money, we have no hope. So all of a sudden, they're going to get temperate. They're going to start to say things. Yes, Wheezy Squeezebox, it would be a motivator for me too.
I mean, I don't know if I ever mentioned that, but I was seriously considering running for our state representative because I was so frustrated. But
go for it, Scott. There's not hours of YouTube out there showing your basic prejudice.
This is before I started YouTube.
Oh, okay.
But I started looking into the situation, and it's like being part of MAGA or in the realm of MAGA, it's just as bad in the Wisconsin Senate or House too.
Mm-hmm.
It's just chaos. So I decided, no, I'm not going to even try because if I happen to win, it'd be hell.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, there's no job security because you got to do it every 2 years. And I was like, what if I lose again? Then I got to start over again on something. So it kind of got scary. Plus, I didn't want the crazy. So yeah, this was before. Actually, I just started my channel when I was debating. Do a channel or run or just continue my path. So I decided to continue my path and stay on YouTube. Plus, thank God we got a decent Democrat for my area representative, so it worked out. Okay. Do you see a starred one you want to go to next? We want to look at Vivek or Hogan.
Vivek, I don't think New Hampshire is going to do anything about it because you can put it up and I'll tell you why. I can give you my... yes, his thing may have been riddled with... it depends on how loaded with fraud it was, but for the states to fight someone, they catch it at the very beginning when you bring your signatures in. If you don't have enough, it gets caught then. Or whatever kind of fraud. I don't know what he's accused of, but if they catch you at the intake count, then you're screwed. I mean, you're done, and they just don't let you on the ballot. But it's really the Republican Party that would hurt because they'd have to fight the fraud case against him. And, what value is that to them? Just let them run and lose.
Okay.
I don't know the details enough to tell you, but it's expensive to do that.
Yeah. Did 45 actually approve the no jury option?
No. No, my mind's screaming he had a crappy lawyer who didn't get him a jury.
Actually, juries tend to be worse than a judge.
Mm-hmm.
Look what happened to Rudy.
Yep.
It's pretty much how it played out. It worked to his benefit to scream for donations about having no jury. And
the most famous jury switch in the world was Al Capone's. They seated the jury that was supposed to listen to Al Capone's case, and there was another trial down the hall that that had just seated a jury, and the judges agreed to swap juries because the people who'd been paid off by Al Capone were already sitting in the box, and they knew it. And they sent them down the hall, and this jury that no one thought had anything to do with Al Capone, they're the ones that came in and convicted him of tax fraud.
Oh, wow. Didn't
I
hear that
talked
part.
to there was an old lawyer in my hometown that was part of that suit. He was on the right side, not the Capone side. And he told me that story. He said they already knew that they were reaching out and getting a hold of members of the jury. And some of the jury members were stupid enough to say it to people. So the judges just said, okay, we'll get them sworn in to hear a trial that day. And then they just swapped juries, and Al Capone got convicted.
Nice. That's an interesting part of history.
Mm-hmm. I lived down the street from one of Al Capone's mob bosses, one of the guys who used to sit at the table with him in Chicago. And now he was a retired tiny little Italian man with a huge estate and giant standard poodles that guarded it, and a big wall and a iron gate that you had to go through to get to his house. And that used to be the big thing on Halloween. Were you brave enough to go up to the door of that house and ask for trick-or-treats?
Yep.
You want to? Okay.
Brilliant story, Nancy Jean.
It was actually in the Untouchables movie, so.
You have such great stories. Bless you, Monica. Thank you for the donation.
Yeah, guys, we have to pay our heating bills too. So any little bit you can do to help.
Take care of yourself. We appreciate it. Okay, what's up with Larry Hogan?
Hogan leaving? No.
What's the future of Larry Hogan?
Okay, do you want to ask it the way she is? Is this a chance for him to move into a Republican nominee at the last minute? Is that clearing the path for that?
I usually just focus on a general. My cards will tell me.
Okay, why did he leave? Okay.
It's in the question.
Okay.
Because that'll say if he's going to run for something else or just be an advocate. Governor Hogan. Oh, starts out with a death card.
That's a change, transformation.
New beginnings, something better. He wants truth. He must have found some scrupulous things and no label because he wasn't going to kill him.
Yeah. You want to go first?
It's up to you. I'm looking around.
Okay.
You usually only do 6, but
he saw that it was not what they said it was. And once he made his mind up about that, he fought with his head and his heart, but he realized that they were very corrupt, not great place to be, that whatever they were telling him at their hearts, they're not. And it became his goal. His goal was to not get mixed up with the energy that was there. So I think he figured out what kind of corruption they are.
yeah. He's just currently searching a new path. He's seen that corruption you're talking about there, that death and Knight of Cups and Ace of Swords. That's the current energy.
Right.
And then Page of Pentacles is always a path, and a Judgment card and the Fool. So he's leaping into something else moving forward here. I don't think he likes the current Republican Party. That's part of it. In the end, Page of Wands is going to speak out. The Hangman and Hermit, there's still introspection and wondering what to do. Hangman's delays. King of Cups is a leader, but this is not saying yes, he's going to be a nominee.
No, I just think he got out for his own reasons.
With the Hermit and the Hangman, no, he's going to be a leader in a different way. He's going to possibly call out, these bad Republicans that aren't doing anything, but I don't see him jumping into any last minute nominee.
Oh my God. He saw that the money that was coming in, where it was corrupted, it was same folks that were part of the NRA money and the Russian money and all that. That they're not doing it for the U.S. government; they're doing it for someone from the outside.
Imagine that.
Yeah, I know. Think about it, guy.
Same people probably funding Jill Stein.
Hmm.
Oh, hi, Callie. How you doing? People like her brainwashed, hypnotized, boggles mind. Who are we talking?
I don't know.
See, Liz said it.
She.
Seen her, the grandmother. Oh, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's sad. There's another one who wasn't brainwashed, and she served her time and came back out, and she's now trying to help people get released from being
Yeah.
part of.
Get off the Kool-Aid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's the one that has like 8 kids or something. She still believes at 45.
Is she the one from Pennsylvania? She was crazy. She left her kids home alone while she went to Washington.
Yeah,
Go do that.
maybe that's the one. But yeah, some people just don't learn. Stuck in a cult.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 111 progressive. CC. What is this about? Oh, about the striking back on Houthi.
Yeah, and then he did, and I don't know why why didn't we just go do it ourselves? Well, because we wanted to have a coalition.
Yeah, what is it like? The squad or whoever, you know, I can't remember who, but they're all upset about this and trying to protect the Red Sea from shipping and whatnot. It's ridiculous. And some are even calling out Biden administration for, well, that's an act of war and you got to ask Congress. Da, da, da. Oh my God, these people. So Cece's wondering if the backlash about this is gonna backfire in some ways. You know, it's the new outrage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the Biden administration had anything to do with Hamas going after that initial attack.
No, that was Netanyahu's problem.
Like any of the administration just jump right in there and stop it all. That's not the way it works.
Okay, progressive China. Let's backfire on it. No, it's too far from the election, I think, but
Backfire. 10 of Swords. Hermit. Ugh. It feels like a fundraising off of death.
that's what it was.
The outrage brings in money. The outrage brings in money.
The most important card on my 5-card pull. The center one was the 5 of Swords. It's just a false fight.
Yeah.
It's just to look like we're doing something. We're just not following the company line.
Our administration is going to win on this one. The Hierophant, Page of Swords, Ace of Pentacles.
Mm-hmm.
The battle, doing what's right for prosperity. And what made me think of this is the Hermit, 10 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles. It's a fundraising off of conflict. It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
some people will give up money for having an outrage against what's right. This outrage is upsetting the administration and Joe. King of Cups, Two of Cups, Five of Wands. You know, anytime the administration tries to do the right thing, save lives, because if you're not doing this, those ships aren't coming in, people starve, people die. They went after infrastructure. They didn't hit, hospitals and community centers and civilians. These kind of terrorists have to be stopped. It affects so many other lives.
Yep.
There's some other thing. In Syria, I was seeing some rebels or whatever the heck were bombing grain storages. All that does is hurt other people. Makes people starve. Just
That's right.
Take our blessings that we don't live in those horrible places and starving and looking for food and so frustrating. Lori, thank you for their donation. She's wondering about Hillary and Elizabeth Warren.
I'm going to do 2 lines, one for Hillary and one for Elizabeth. And I think I know the answer to both. But.
I've always kind of felt Hillary's had enough, but what did the card say? Okay, 3 for Hillary. Community service, strength, 10 of Cups, all about family. She's got her foundation and whatever, and speaking. 10 of Cups is all about being about family now. Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth Warren. Tower, 6 of Pentacles, and Temperance. I think she's just going to stay in the Senate.
Yep.
When she ran last time, it became a tower. It didn't end up the way she wanted it to. 6 of Pentacles is making things work now. And Temperance, she was just testing the waters. The last time. So I think she's good where she is. So I don't see presidency in either of them.
Yeah, I don't see it for Hillary either. I see she doesn't have the strength to go through it, even if she wanted to, but she doesn't want to. She has the patience. She has other things she's investing herself in, and she knows how painful it can be. She has the moon reversed. She doesn't want to go back into that. For Elizabeth Warren, I got the 8 of Cups reversed, Justice reversed, 3 of Cups reversed, which means she wants no part of this. She doesn't want to leave where she is. She doesn't think she understands her own limitations enough to know it's not what she cares to do. She thinks it would be the end of peaceful things that she can do. Where she is now, she can make positive changes, but she's somewhat in retreat. She doesn't have to be stressed as being president. So,
yeah.
I mean, I think well of myself, but I wouldn't want to be president on my, on the brightest, best day back in my 30s would I've wanted to do that. There's so much to know. That's why we're so lucky in a way we have Biden, because he's been there through all the worst of it. And he's committed some of the worst of it. He was on the wrong side of several things, like the committee that put Clarence Thomas on the Supreme Court. Oh, no, Elizabeth's going to do great things, and she can do more by pushing from the outside on the issues she really wants to change.
Kathy D.
Oh, I don't think so.
Three cars with Chelsea.
Ah,
She's got youngins yet, right?
yep.
I know we can't have a better person than Joe in there right now with his 50 years of experience in the Senate.
And I think he's doing a good job of sending Kamala out to meet the people, because a lot of it's personal relationships, even if we don't want to think that's how it works.
You know, God forbid anything happens, you know, but and a Republican gets in, still nothing's going to get done. As long as, you know, one party or other stays, definitely the House going to flip down, but the Senate's going to be a tough road. I still feel the Democrat energy, but not by a huge margin. The House is going to flip big time. So let's say, you know, something happens and Haley does get in. I doubt it, but there still would be a check on anything she would do. That's the problem. If you get all Dems like, you know, Pennsylvania and Minnesota and Michigan is done, things can get done for the people. They don't know. They don't get it. Okay. No. I don't see her being politics. What do you think?
No, absolutely not. She's lived through the illusions and illusions of being there, and she don't want to be anywhere near it. She knows you have no real friends there. You're always out in the cold. No, she doesn't want. She's married to a gazillionaire. Why would she want to go to the White House?
Queen of Wands, Six of Swords, Ten of Swords. She has better times now. And being in the White House would be a Ten of Swords for her. In running. It's an ending. It's an ending of a relationship. Death. Not a good time. So I would not expect her to be into politics. She's perfectly happy doing what she's doing. Being a mom.
Well, people, if they're of good minds, they can make real differences on the outside. It's, you want to do Schiff and Porter?
Sure, 3 for Schiff, 3 for Porter.
Okay.
My energy was, when she first came out, I'm like, oh, wonderful, she's a good person to run. And then all of a sudden, Adam got in. I'm like, oh, she's done. I felt Schiff right away. So let's see what the cards say. Go Packers. No TV signal? Oh, bummer, Kevin. Okay. Oh, I gotta think. Okay. 3 cards for Katie first. The guys are always told me Schiff would win. Honestly, it'd be best for Katie to drop.
It's gonna be Schiff. I got it's going to be Schiff. People love her and they think she's great, but they just don't see her with the amount of experience, and she can't raise the money Schiff can raise. And
I'm sure she can go anywhere.
Yeah.
She could have a job position anywhere.
Any place that has a whiteboard.
Yeah.
Did you see the whiteboard where she was writing some enormous number? She wrote out the first part, then she got a second whiteboard and put more zeros, and then she got out a third whiteboard and put more zeros.
For Katie, I got Page of Swords, Knight of Swords, 3 of Pentacles. There's more work for her to do. For Adam, I got 5 of Swords, the Sun, and King of Swords. So the Sun makes that happen. The 5 of Swords, I think, is about the fight he's always done. talk, part of J6 and being a leader in the hearings and whatnot. King of Swords is that man of intelligence and prosecutor, and so the sun is the best card for Adam, and probably the Three of Pentacles is the best card for Katie. So I think it's Adam.
Mm-hmm.
I think Katie will succeed anywhere, but if I don't know. It's always a tough gig to jump into a bigger situation and then you lose your position, which you had in the house. Okay. Oh, we're already at 125.
Whoa.
And about 530 in the room that I see. Thank you. Blessings.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's bring some inspiration for our Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I think, Karen. She could either running an agency or be part of an agency in the government. I think in California you got to live in your district to run, don't you?
It's for senator. You have to live in your district to run. But she's senator. Senator, you don't have to. But yes, I think California is a sensible state where you have to live.
The book B mentioned, well, then Porter could run for Schiff's position, but it's 2 years later, but I think you have to have residence in your area.
And there's somebody who's running for his position now because he's running for senator. I don't know if that's one of those states where you can run for two things at the same time. The problem with Katie Porter is she lives in a very Republican area and she switched it to being Democratic. So.
Okay. Okay, I get the 5 of Ariel, which is the 5 of coins. It's going through challenges. It's going through challenges and negative thoughts there. But then I have the Fool. It's a leap of faith, and that's all about believing in yourself and listening to your heart, doing what gives you joy. And then the 6 of coins. Material needs get fulfilled in unexpected ways and acts of kindness. It's saying then when you go through tough times, believe in yourself and you will succeed. That's it.
Okay, I got see the humor. Sometimes the universe likes to surprise us. From curveballs to change plans, you've become a master at adapting with joyful perspective. Laughter is the best medicine, and your knack for helping others to see that is the true gift. There may be times around you when those are pretty grumpy about their life. Try to help them see the humor. This kind of actions raise the vibration of the planet. This is part of your life's purpose to help lift the spirits of those around you. So I like that. They're doing tarot. They're little doggies doing tarot.
Cool. Well, those 3 running for 4.
What are we doing?
No, I've just seen a comment. Anyway, Deborah Messing of Willow Grace endorsed Adam Schiff.
Oh, good.
Nice card. Okay. Well, everyone try to stay warm. That's in the Midwest or the North. Nancy Jean, you're kind of chilly down there. You're not used to it, so stay warm too.
It's chilly, and I'm still doing 12-month readings, and I start a new tarot class, which is it's a small class. There'll be 10 people in it on Tuesday the 27th, 6 weeks. At the end of 6 weeks, you will be able to graciously pick through your deck and figure out what's going on if you don't know now. Or if you have worked with one and you just want to see a different way. I teach it with Jeffrey Ripecolor from Ripecolor, and it's interesting because he doesn't read reverses. I read reverses. So you get kind of a whole perspective on how to use the cards. So if you're interested in that, go to my website, www.crystaldirections.com. And I'm still doing regular readings also. And I will have a show on Tuesday. And I'm thinking about my own personal grid tipped over, and it's not stuck together. It's the first one I built in 2019, and I need to put it back together. So I'm thinking about doing a thing where I show you how I thought about it, how I put it together in the first place. So.
Oh, nice. How'd that happen?
Tuesday at 1.
Did it happen to fall over or something?
Oh, I'm ADHD adult, and everything I do is in stacks, and it got on the wrong stack.
Oh. Well, I got the one you made for me on my wall.
Yeah, but that's because it's all stuck together. I mean, this is when I used to build them at first, I would build them loose, and people would meet me at the wine bar, and I'd have the little the graphic underneath it, and I'd show them how I laid the stones out. We'd take a good picture on their phone, and they'd go home and rebuild it themselves.
Oh.
But you can't do that when people are in Wisconsin.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Blessings, everyone. Have a beautiful day.
Have a good day.